But what struck me as a graduate student was the similarities and parallels between the early 1960s and the early 1860s. Confrontation between North and South over an issue involving race. Confrontation between the national government and Southern political leaders who were vowing massive resistance to national law. Federal troops being sent into the South. Violence and conflict. Martin Luther King trying to get President Kennedy to issue a new Emancipation Proclamation on the 100th anniversary of the original in 1963. Kennedy, who was still dependent on Southern support in Congress, refusing to do so. So King and his colleagues organized the famous March on Washington, which took place where? Right at the Lincoln Memorial. And so all of these echoes of the events of the 1860s and the issues of the 1860s were playing out again in the 1960s. And I think that caused a good many historians to take a new look at what was at stake in the 1860s and how did it play out in terms of its casting a shadow a century down to our own time in the 1960s. Its major impact was a revision of Reconstruction historiography. But a very important side product of that was a new emphasis on race and slavery as the root of the sectional conflict that led to Civil War, just as it was at the root of what was going on in the 1960s.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.